Hey everybody, it's Casey, and I am not in the studio today, but I had the opportunity to make sure that we did get an interview for this Wednesday. I want to do a quick shout out to Blake for covering my show this afternoon, but I was very honored to have the opportunity to talk to Donica Knight and make sure we had an interview, which is what we do every Wednesday right here on the Wall to Wall Country Show. So we're going to get right to that interview and find out a little bit more about this lovely lady and find out where she hails from, a little bit about her background music, and we're going to be playing a song from her as well. So please make welcome my guest for this edition of the Wall to Wall Country Show, Miss Donica Knight. Donica, how are you?
Hey, Casey. Hey, everybody. Happy Wednesday. I'm doing just lovely, and I'm honored to be talking to you, Miss Casey, and talking about music.
Well, you know, my show is all about country music, and we always love it when we have an opportunity to have a country singer or someone related to the country music industry on the show. We've been doing this for a while, and it's just really exciting to have someone fresh and new every week. We've had the opportunity to talk to some classic artists, but I always like talking to the new artists as well. Let's step back a little bit, Donica, and for people up here in Pennsylvania or wherever they're listening to us right now, may not know who you are or where you come from. Can you give us a little quick background information about yourself, Donica?
Yeah, I'd love to. Well, my name is Donica Knight. I am named after my dad, Don. So that's where my name came from.
That's nice.
And I've been to Pennsylvania one time. I was like 8th grade. I went to the chocolate factory.
Oh, nice.
It was awesome, the Hershey factory.
That's about maybe an hour and a half from here, so that's pretty cool.
Awesome. Well, I kind of know your parks then.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lovely town.
Thank you.
But I'm from Alabama.
Wow.
I'm born and raised in the South, from a little town called Millbrook, which is close to our capital, Montgomery. And I just love it down here. I'm a family-oriented girl that's been pursuing music for 4 years now.
Nice.
I went to Auburn University, and I was studying special education and exercise science, and it just hit me that I was studying something that has never been my dream. My dream was always to be a singer. And so I started pursuing that, and I joined a band, and then I started learning that I wanted to write, and I made my way to Nashville, and now I'm doing country music and rock and roll, and I just love what I do, and I get to meet people like you, Casey, and talk to folks in Pennsylvania.
Well, you know, you made a mention about the country and the rock and roll, and I think your background is very interesting with some of the people that you've worked with and you've opened for. There's, you know, now more than ever there's that definite crossover from the rock and roll people into country. I mean, you've got Steven Tyler, you got Kid Rock, you got, you know, all those folks, and recently I heard of someone else, and it doesn't come to mind who it was, but there's that definite cross, and you're actually doing that. You're working with both sides of the fence, so to speak, and bringing those two genres together. I mean, some of the people that you've opened for are kind of interesting. Everybody from Hank Williams Jr. to the Jamie Johnson, the Scott McCrearys, the Kelly Picklers. But then you also have on your dossier people like Three Doors Down. My goodness, how do you do that? How do you get to where you can open up for those kind of distinct different types of bands and genres?
Yeah. I thought you were going to say Skid Row, because I did get to open up for Skid Row.
Yeah, there's another one.
That's a big difference between Skid Row and Scotty McCreery.
Sure is.
I've just been really, really blessed and had some great opportunities that's been thrown my way, and I've taken them and I've run with them. But when I first started doing music, I grew up listening to country, and my first band was an 80s rock and roll band.
Nice.
And so I just grew this passion for big rock guitars and rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
I love Led Zeppelin, and I love some of the 70s rock as well. And so when I started writing my own music, I just created what my favorite sounds are, and it's turned into be country and rock and roll and whatever you believe that it is what it is. It's also got some soul in there as well. But whenever I sang before Skid Row, I definitely showed off more of my rock side. And then when it came to doing Scotty McCreery, I was myself, and I got to do my country and show my passion for Hank Williams Sr. and how I'm influenced by the country artists as well.
Well, that's kind of interesting, and I think it might maybe, open doors that, you kind of open in on both ends. You might have a weekend here or there where you don't have a band that you're opening for on the country side of things, but then somebody on the rock side knocks on your door and said, "Hey, are you free this weekend?" And you can go, "Why, yes, I am." And you can open for them. That's interesting. It's kind of fun.
Yeah. I guess I'm versatile. You got to be.
Well, I guess in today's society, you really do. And the ability to kind of do different things is your writing. And when you talk about writing of an artist, most people just automatically assume that you're writing music to sing or writing music to perform or writing music for other artists to sing and perform. But actually, you're credited with some music that you've written for television, radio commercials, and also a movie, which is kind of interesting considering it's early November and Halloween was just this past weekend.
Yeah. I have. Since I've been working in the music industry, I've learned different avenues that you can do music and make it a career at. And the films that I sang in and that I have songs that I've written for, the new one will be Alabama Dirt. I have 2 songs, and they're country songs.
Right.
It's a country movie. And it's got Tracy Lawrence in it, and it's coming out next year, and it's just going to be fabulous. But you mentioned the Halloween party.
Right.
I had a friend contact me that he had written a song for this horror film. And he knew that I have this rock voice, and he asked me to sing this song called You Got Me. And so it gave me the opportunity to go in and use a side of my voice that I just love to sing, and go after this creepy rock and roll eerie feel.
Right.
So if you have a chance to go pull up You Got Me, you can hear that versatility.
There you go.
of the Halloween creepy rock voice.
Yeah.
As well.
In the film Halloween Party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. That really does show, and like I said, one of the things that I guess you have to do is you can't just be stuck and say, I'm going to just be a country singer, and that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to play guitar. I'm not going to write, and I think you're limiting yourself there. Which one of the things that you're doing, which some other new artists could actually take a lesson from, is, doing as much as you can to be versatile, so that once that word gets out there that you can do this and you can do that and you can write and you can do commercials and you can do soundtracks for film, your hat's kind of getting thrown into other different pots, so to speak, instead of just really being fine-tuned into one place, which may or may not get you as much work. So I think that's a smart move on your part.
Thank you. And you never know which hat or which door is going to open to the door that you've been looking for all along.
Right.
I know just by doing that Halloween party, that's really what helped me get the Skid Row show, because they heard this rock tone. And so you never know what opportunity that you take will lead you to the one and your ultimate goal.
Do you play with the same band depending on no matter who you're opening for or who you're performing with?
This day and age, I do now. But
okay.
Before, when I was just starting, I did not.
Okay.
Granted, lately I've been doing some shows in Los Angeles in my band based in the Southeast. Depending on pay, sometimes we can't afford to go all the way out to California and bring my full band.
Right.
So I will have to call musicians around that area to come perform at that show. And I wish I could bring the same pickers to that one, but it all just varies of what city and where I'm playing and how long a set is.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to talk a little bit about this album you have coming out. You have an EP coming out, and actually one of the songs was just released this past October. Love Ain't a Prize. Did you write all the songs on the EP, Donica?
Yes, that's what I'm so proud to say this. This is the first time that I put out a record that is 100% me.
Okay.
And this is what I've been wanting to say. It's all written by myself, and I had co-writers as well. And so this record is what I've been wanting to say.
Okay.
And I finally had that opportunity. And I did release a single from the album before I released the album called Love Ain't a Prize.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out in October. And yesterday, now it is available on November 1st, it was available worldwide on iTunes and Amazon and all sorts of distributions, and it's been distributed worldwide.
Nice.
And I'm proud to say that. But I have a video out on Vivo for Love Ain't a Prize, and I can't wait for your audience to hear it and for you to be able to watch this video and see what I've been doing.
So they can start looking for it. We're gonna feature the song here in just a second, but on all the electronic ways to be able to get their hands on this single that you've released, "Love Ain't a Prize." That one they can get their hands on. When will the entire EP be available?
I'm releasing it next year.
Okay.
In late January. So you got to be looking forward to that one. The EP is called Can't Buy a Southern Girl, and it's a 5-song EP.
Okay.
And there's some great tracks on there. Some of them I've been writing for 3 years, and some of them was just I sat down and had an idea that came to me, and you never know with songwriting, sometimes you can write a song in 15 minutes, and then you got one called Stomp that's going to take you 3 years to get it to the point of where you've been wanting it.
Right. Now, tell us a little bit about Love Ain't a Prize. You wrote it. Is there a story behind this? What was the premise for you to write this song? Yeah,
well, when you hear it, it's definitely got this message that I wanted to get across called My Love Ain't a Prize. And it's the mentality that I have towards love, and that a lot of people have. That you have to earn my love, you have to earn my respect, and it's not something that I just give away.
Right.
I don't want to be just armed candy on somebody's side. I want to be your partner.
Right.
And I want you to earn my love, and I want to do the same for you. And so that's the whole point of this song, because a ring without meaning behind it is simply just a ring. And and it's called "You Can't Buy a Southern Girl" is how the chorus starts going, and it's just a lot of fun. And I got to do one of my favorite instruments, the banjo.
Oh, nice.
In this song, each track has a certain instrument that I really that I love, and I wanted to make each track special. So the first one and the first single, Love Ain't a Prize, it highlights the banjo.
Okay.
But once you start hearing the EP when it comes out next year, you'll notice that I like horns as well.
Okay.
You'll hear a little bit of saxophone and some horns.
Nice. Well, I'm sure everybody's going to be looking forward to that, but we're going to give them a little taste of it, of something that they can get their hands on right now. As of just a few days ago, Love Ain't a Prize. Donica, can you hang on for just a few more minutes?
Absolutely.
All right, we're going to take a break. We're going to be back right here on Penn's Peak Radio on the Wall to Wall Country Show as we're featuring Donica Knight as our special guest today. We're going to be coming back right after the break with her single that was just released in October. Looking forward for the EP to be available sometime early next year. It's called Can't Buy a Southern Girl, but the tune, Love Ain't a Prize, coming up right after the break, right here on Penn's Peak Radio. And there you have it, off of her EP that will be released early in 2016. You guys want to check her out and make sure you keep an eye for that to be released. The EP itself is called Can't Buy a Southern Girl, but one of the tracks that is on it, you can get your hands on it right now electronically through the iTunes, the Amazons, and all that. It's a little something called Love Ain't a Prize. And I like the message in it, Donica. You're right. It does give a nice message. It has a great sound to it. Like you said, there's the banjo in there, and of course your vocals in it is amazing. I really think that's going to be a good one, and I'm glad you picked that one for your first single to release off the EP. It's a good tune.
Thank you, Casey. Thank you so much.
Now, if people want to track you down, what's some of the best ways? Are you a social media gal, or people should just go to your website? What's some of the best ways they can find out what's going on with you, Donica?
Yeah, well, I'm both. I'm definitely a social media gal.
Okay.
I've learned to be. But I have a website as well, and it's www.donicaknight.com.
Okay.
And you spell my name DONICAKNIGHT. And on my website, you'll see all my social links. I have a little list too. But I'm on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and I love talking to friends and fans. So please feel free to hit me up on a message, and I'd love to answer any questions that you have about music and life, or just anything in general.
Now, are you the person who generally answers most of the posts or the tweets or whatever? Is that usually you, so fans know that they're actually getting an answer directly from Donica?
Yes, that's me.
Awesome. That's awesome. That's really cool. So you guys need to check her out again, and it's DonicaKnight.com. And as being named after her dad, Don, it's DONICA, and then Knight is KNIGHT.com. And from there you can find a lot of other great links on her website, taking you to her social medias, some videos and things along that line. And that's probably the best way also to find out exactly when that new EP is going to be released, and find out where you're going to be performing, and see some great photos and all kinds of good stuff.
And I have an email list as well, so join my email list, and whenever I come to your area in Pennsylvania or wherever you are, I'll inform you about my shows, and if there's one close by you, as well as keep you updated on when the EP is released and all the fun little things that go along with that.
Nice. Let me ask you, with your tour, do you travel quite a bit, or are you still pretty honed in on Nashville? Do you get up to the Pennsylvania area or up in the Northeast area at all?
This next coming year is going to be a new experience for me. I'm looking into touring more than the Southeast.
Okay.
And normally I travel to Texas and Florida and Mississippi and Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee.
Okay.
And those are my states. But lately my music's been played up in Pennsylvania and in your parks and other places in the world. And so this year I'm really looking into touring and looking forward to touring more than the Southeast.
Cool. Well, we hope you can make it up this way. And, just a little something to keep in mind, that if you do happen to come up to the Northeast Pennsylvania area, just make sure your folks get in touch with me. Make sure Mike gets in touch with me, and you'd be more than welcome to, stop by the studios, maybe do a little something acoustic. We'd love to have you. The doors of the Penn Speak Radio station are always open to all of my guests, and we'd love to see you bop in if you have the chance, Donica.
I would love to bop in and say hi and meet you.
Well, I gotta tell you, this is a really cool website. I love it. I love the color. First off, the whole kind of purple. At least that's the color I'm seeing here. I'm a big fan of purple, so there's a big win there. But just like you said, the new release, "Love Ain't a Prize," which if you're just joining the show, we played it just a little while ago, and don't forget, this whole interview re-airs again on Sunday morning. So if anybody misses it, or Donica, if you feel you want to throw out a post or a little something and connect us, then people can catch the interview. Sunday morning at 8 a.m. is when it starts. The interview's in the second hour. But check out her website at donicaknight.com. You'll see links on there for her Facebook, her Instagram, her Twitter, the iTunes, where you can download and get your hands on Love Ain't a Prize. And then just kind of make sure you're hanging out with her and find out when that EP, Can't Buy a Southern Girl, will be released, where you'll be able to get all 5 tunes from Donica. And that would be awesome if you, when you do release it, if you could send me a copy of it. I'd like that too.
I definitely will. I thank you so much. Thank you for having me on here, Casey, and I look forward to a new friendship and
Sure.
coming up to Pennsylvania and sending you my CD and all that shebang.
Well, that would be awesome, and I think I've already liked your Facebook page, so you'll see my like on there as well. But I got to tell you, I think the music is great. I'm looking forward to hearing more and more of the EP. And like I said, you guys need to really kind of check in with this lovely lady, find out what's going on with her, and keep an eye on her, because she's got the goods. You got the goods, girlfriend. You got it going on all kinds of the fence.
Well, you got the goods. Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing my music.
Well, no problem, for sure. And when we get the opportunity to get that EP and a couple more tunes, we'd be glad to feature some of those. But I don't want to hold you up any more than need be. I appreciate you joining the show today, Donica. And again, just keep us in mind if you happen to be heading to the Northeast Pennsylvania area. We wish you all the luck in the world. And stay in touch, girl. Stay in touch. And we'd love to get some more of your music on in the spring when your EP's released.
Awesome. Thank you. And y'all have a good Wednesday and have a good rest of the day.
All right. Thanks a lot, Donica. See you later, my dear.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Casey.